And Shanks on the water and the Rusty One machine. Of course, we're into Superboats now. We're into the big boys, and Rusty One is off and launched. Looks like he's just taken it relatively calmly initially, but he's going to get into his work as he makes his way around that mouth fresh hairpin and starts heading up towards the top end around that PSP bend now, and then of course he's got to come back through the middle of the track, is where it always seems to be getting very, very interesting throughout the day today, but not too many problems there for Rusty One. Let's see how he gets on around the top. Good enough, a bit of a hop and a skip, but not too bad at all. So he's just looking like he's taking it relatively cautious, but still getting the job done and posting a time of 40.163. So home safe and sound. Aaron Hansen, 40.163.
Yeah, he really backed out of that one, didn't he? Because the last two runs we've seen Aaron Hansen, he's been all over the place. So that was actually not a bad move tactically, because obviously we've got a few boats with issues. Poison Ivy, or the mouthbreast boat on the ramp, the green boat, obviously one of them. And so with this race of attrition, as it is, a smart, smooth drive like that, just regather your thoughts, regather your position on the track. Good to see you progress into the top 8. So it's probably a good tactical move there.
Get yourself into the top 8 and sort of just go from there. Yeah, not bad thinking at all. I'm praying, KV, that we're going to see this Poison Ivy boat get out there and have a bit of a run today. It'll break my heart if I can't see Rob Coley in action.
Oh, look, Rob Coley, just one of the most exciting drivers in jet sprinting around the world. Thank you, James.
KV,
down to Wiggy.
I've just been talking to the team from Two Abreast. They're really worried about that engine. It spat 2 litres of oil out in that last run, 2 litres of oil. So they're really, really worried about it. They want to get down here on the pit and try and work out what they can do to stop that oil getting thrown out, make sure that motor's okay, because last thing we want to see is 2 ladies running out of power out there, ending up the bank.
Yeah, that's right, mate, and let's hope that they can sort that out as we now see Poison Ivy coming off the trailer. Of course, these boats under idle, sometimes the crew chiefs have just really got to push them off there. And Rob Coley's got his wife Anne sitting right in alongside him at the moment. And these guys have just not had a good run at it today. It's a brand new engine in this boat. 705 cubic inches, a big block. Donovan Fury out on the water at the moment. And he's gone wrong way.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's a tragedy for me right there, KV.
Oh, Rob Coley could not sell a tissue to somebody who was in tears.
Really unfortunate. He'll be just spewing, won't he? He's had a whole heap of mechanical issues throughout the day. Finally does get himself back on the water and then just gets the rotation mucked up.
Yeah, look, all he's got to do is post a time. It's clear that it's not going to be fast. But if he can post a time, he may even progress. So let's just hope that that is the case for Rob Coley without wishing ill upon anybody else as well.
Yeah, bang on, mate.
All right, now that's a time of 62.008. So Rob Coley will be hoping that somebody else falls over, and so that he can then progress into the top 8. All right, it is the Buana, which is Swahili for boss, now coming out on the track. Gary Stephen is the driver. He guided photographic safaris all over in Africa for 21 years in 4x4 trucks. And now he's back home and runs the Rapids Jet outfit down there at Taupo. And while we're talking about jet boat experiences, don't forget Nick Berryman's Riverjet New Zealand. Unfortunately, Nick Berryman didn't get his boat down here in time. And if you ever want to stay anywhere near Rotorua on Lake Okatane, go and see Nick Berryman at the Lakes Lodge, which is perfect for weddings and conferences, and I was down there during the World Series and one of the most spectacular, relaxing places in the world. Oh, Gary Stephen, he hit that crosswash and the boat got really untidy. He was lucky he got off the gas a little bit there. And, geez, I tell you what, that's shaking him up just a little bit. Gary Stephen with a 43.287. So, not the fastest time at all, but Gaz just really got very, very untidy there and looked like he lost a whole lot of confidence. Wiggy.
Ladies and gentlemen, down here with Leighton and Kelly Manel leaving the ramp right now. These are the organisers of the event, Taranaki Hardcore, that big 1,500 horsepower engine with the Boulder exhaust systems and the big turbos on it, about to set these people alive. If you're from Taranaki, get behind this superboat because it's yours.
Righty-ho.
Yeah. Everybody getting right behind him.
Come on, Leighton Kelly. Here's the 66 Taranaki Hardcore machine. We are getting down to business now, and this is when you quite often see Leighton and Kelly Manel sneaking up and really getting the job done. More often than not, they are there at the business end of the day. So let's see how Leighton and Kelly can get on. So far, so good. They're getting around that Suzuki hairpin and through that wash again. They are getting bounced around, but not as much as they have previously, although when I say that, they get way too wide, and now they're really just bouncing around everywhere, and that's going to be costing them a fair amount of time.
Wow, they are just porpoising. And time there of, we'll get back to you with that. The time just disappeared off our screen.
The boat just will not sit in the water for them, will it?
And a 41.575, so really just not working at all. We call him Shrek. I think this music might be more apt for him these days.
Going to do an interview with them in just a minute. When they, sorry guys, I can hardly hear up here too, but we're just going to do an interview with Leighton and Kelly Manel in just a minute. But it seems like two abreast have found the oil leak. Let's find out where it is. Nick, where is it? The oil pressure gauge has leaked on two abreast, so they're going to run back and try and get that sorted, the oil pressure gauge. But in a minute, we'll do an interview with Taranaki Hardcore.
Yeah, the Taranaki Hardcore combination there, 41.575, really not where they want to be. Like that boat, certainly not handling at all. But at the moment, they are second fastest. And I'll tell you what, isn't it interesting that we've gone from the Group A into the unlimited superboats, the big bangers, and they're just not behaving themselves at all coming into this top 12. We can see Liquid Gold with Graham Hill and Amanda Kiddo, the black boat coming. He's down on the ramp now. Dave Stone in the Tui Craft, he's down there. Oh, hang on, Liquid Gold, he's coming out. Graham Hill, he's getting out of the boat. So, Wiggy, we might see if you can get down there and have a chat to what's going on with Liquid Gold.
Yeah, well, let's have a look, and we're going to do Taranaki Hardcore now. Leighton, things are getting a little rough and a little wild out there.
Mate, she was like pea soup. I sort of cocked up that rear bottom corner and it just pushed me wide and I was out there in the rubbish. So you've got to let it settle and get out of it. All good.
Hey, well done to organising a great event today as we look up onto the course again to watch the Tui Craft go around. We'll leave them to it. Leighton, you've got to be pretty happy with the turnout of people here watching today.
Look, Wiggy, I'm over the moon with the local turnout here and the support from the local businesses is fantastic. So take your hat off to Taranaki people and all the outsiders.
Bang! Up on the dirt, and that is the end of the day for Dave Stone and Nick Kello.
Hey, how about a round of applause for Leighton and Kelly Manel as we send them over and send them back. But you've already seen that, ladies and gentlemen, so well done to that boat, unfortunately. Just while we're going to have a little bit more time while we get the Tui Craft boat out of the water. Hey, Kelly, what's it like being next to the old fella again?
Oh, it's pretty good, actually. It's good to be back with him. And, you know, I'd really enjoyed, with Rob. But, hey, Leighton said, baby, come back, so I had to go back.
Oh, the pull of a good man. Hey, well done. Hey, good luck, guys, and we'll see you back in the next round. Hey, KV, what happened? What happened up there, KV?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to go racing. Scott Donald and Nicole Reesby from Featherston out on the track at the moment. It's a 410 sprint car engine producing about 850 horsepower. It is a Sprint Tech 8.5-inch jet unit. And certainly something bad is going on with that jet unit. There's water pouring out of that everywhere, and I dare say that reverse bucket has come down. Yep, that's exactly what's happened. So that water coming out of the back of that, the back of the boat there was the reverse bucket has gone down. And had they continued with that, what it'll actually do is when the reverse bucket goes down, it'll actually submarine the boat. So they put their hand up. It will be back to the scrutineers to determine whether or not they get another rerun on that one.
Check. Okay, KB, just down here with Graham Hill's boat, and we're pulling the jet unit to bits down on the ramp. The problem is that there was a little piece of wood in the impeller, and basically it's they couldn't turn the impeller of the jet unit at all. But they're getting it set up. They pulled the wood out of it, and we're back underway now with Dave Simmons and John Very in the blue flame. So all yours, KB.
Yeah, Dave Simmons, John Very. Coming off the trailer now. We saw them upside down during qualifying round number 3, and these guys at their last meeting found themselves in second place on the podium, so we're expecting to see them dial up the wick a little bit here and have a red hot crack. And at the moment in the top 12 we haven't exactly seen the Superboats in their best light at the moment, so let's see what the blue flame can do with Dave Simmons and John Very at the helm. Dave Simmons is at the helm. John Very's doing the navigational duties. The guys from Napier out on track at the moment.
Yeah, and he's just tickling it around, really, isn't he? He's just getting it done because, of course, with a few issues that these other boats have had, they can just post the time and it might see them sneak on through to the top 8. So he's just feathering it around at the moment, getting the job done and posting a time, but he's looking pretty good. He's just coming through a bit of wash here, and again here it'll be interesting to see how he gets around here, whether or not throws the boat around too much. Does a little bit. It's coming around mouth fresh now for that final time. And we'll
nice run there with a 38.568. So those guys will be happy. You can see John Very's clapping like Humphrey V there in the passenger seat there.
They'll be really happy with that time, 38.568.
All right, now we have the supercharged 440 big block. It is a Ford engine. Richard Murray had a spectacular off-track excursion during qualifying round number 1 early this morning. Put a heap of dirt into the boat and had a bit of a rough, ragged ride last time out. Let's see what he can do here.
Oh, I absolutely love this machine. Look at it just leap off that start line. Round the top now. Here comes Richard Murray in the Mina machine. And look at that thing go, just throwing wash absolutely everywhere at the moment. Richard is giving it to this machine. Round the Suzuki hairpin he goes. Pretty wide there, but it's made him just shoot through at a really, really quick and rapid pace. So far, Richard Murray definitely looking like he is on the money there. He's flicked it around. He's putting on a show for you here, ladies and gentlemen. Around he goes again, pushing it through around Mouthbridge, and here we go for a time. It is
a 37.861.
37.861. Go on, Richard Murray and the Mina machine. How good was that?
Geez, I love the sound of that boat. Oh, it is just a beast of a machine, which is why they call it the Mina machine. All right, it is now Scott Donald and Nicole Reesby coming out on the water. Their last run, they had an issue with the jet unit. The scrutineers are our launch masters, our event bosses, all deemed that they could get another opportunity to run. It is all within the rules. It's A-OK. And away they launch the boat.
So here goes the Scott Donald in Wicked and Wild. Things are really starting to heat up now in the super boat category. Around the mouth, fresh hairpin he goes. Let's see how he handles it around the top. You can hear that he's just buttoned off a wee bit through there and coming around this tight turn around Suzuki, but through there very, very nicely as well. Round the top he goes. Let's see how he handles that. The boat's getting through there with not too many problems. He's just taking his foot off the throttle just a wee bit, but he's carrying some good speed still. Round mouth fresh, over the finish line he comes, and there's the time.
Oh, we're waiting for a time. We've had a gremlin. Well, we'll get back to you with that time as soon as we can.
Hearing that he maybe has not set off the timing loop there.
All right, so we'll have to go down to our managers, and sometimes after hours we like to call them our mismanagement staff, but they all do a fantastic job. So we'll get down there and have a chat to the powers that be and see what we do about that time there for Scott Donald and Nicole Reesby. Interestingly, if you don't have your transponder in the boat, ladies and gentlemen, that will be a DNS. So let's hope that is not the case, as Dave Hopkins now takes off the line, and he's got Pam Reed, the dairy farmer from Dunedin, sitting in alongside him. And I've been very impressed with the way this jet speed hull has been working with great efficiency right throughout the course of the day here at the Naki 500, round 3 of the New Zealand Jet Sprint Series. And even that hairpin, Dave Hopkins, just seems to be right on song at the moment.
Yeah, he's looking really good. And that smell of methanol is just wafting into the commentary tower here. And we are loving it. Here comes Hoppy, negotiating his way around that tricky part of the track. And over the line he goes.
And there was a 36 and some change, so great run there for
Really
Dave
nice
Hopkins.
run. 36.886. Great run there from Hoppy. Well done, Cobber.
All right, down here on pit lane now. We were right in, waiting for Graham Hill and Amanda Kiddo. They got their unit sorted out. A little bit of wood that was doing it. It didn't do any damage to the unit. They're just gloving up now, getting themselves ready to go. And Liquid Gold right down here in front of me. They had a time of 39.859 earlier on. That 1,000 horsepower is about to slide itself up and get going onto the water. You'd have to wonder how much pressure this puts on them, ladies and gentlemen, having to repair the jet unit down here before they can go racing. We'll hand it back upstairs to you guys.
Yeah, I tell you what, Wiggy, you're absolutely right, mate. When you got engine issues as you're coming down onto the ramp, or jet unit issues, whatever it might be, and you're doing half the work yourself, as Graham Hill certainly does, it just starts putting little doubt in the mind, and all of a sudden you've really got to refocus. And as you can see on this particular course, there's not much room for forgiveness, so it'll be just a matter of trying to slow down the breathing. And I can actually see from the commentary tower, Graham Hill just going through the track direction in his mind. He is all focused down there. Can you see that, Jace? Just have a look at the intensity. He's just sitting there going, right, I've got to go left, I've got to go right, I've got to do this. Yep, he's given it a thumbs up to the crew. They've pushed him off the trailer. This is a Nissan twin turbo, produces about 1,000 horsepower. It is a Sprint Tech G-Force hull with a Scott 8 3/4 inch jet unit, Liquid Gold IDM, A1 Homes Gold Power, Nissan and ASB. Listen to this machine sing.
All right, here he comes now. Looks like they have ironed out those problems, because that boat is looking really, really nice in the water. He's throwing a whole heap of spray around that mouth fresh bend, and then up around the top end of the track now. He's got to come around this tight Suzuki hairpin. Gets around there with not too many problems. So Liquid Gold doing the business in this Nissan twin turbo machine. I absolutely love the sound of it. He's had to button off through that middle part of the course, trying to hold his line, getting a wee bit shaky through, and almost has a moment coming around that top lip there. But over the line he'll go with a time of 38.350.
Yeah, so that's a nice run there for Graham Hill, and at the moment it's Dave Hoppy Hopkins that is the quickest time, Wiggy.
All right, backing off right now is the all-therm boat, Glenn Head and Darren Todd. They were the second fastest qualifiers. They've got the big engine there that's going to crank that thing along. They've got the steering wheel set up like a rifle sight, and they're about ready to go. The second quickest qualifiers in Suzuki Superboats, as I stand on top of the NZ boat waiting for Peter Coe and Shama Putaranu to close it out. Back to you, KV.
All right, we got Scott Donald got a DNF Unfortunate for those guys from Featherston, but it's all eyes to Glen Head. Eltham Windows, Darren Toddy Todd sitting right in alongside him, the one-eyed navigator from Hamilton. Then have a look at the way that Glen Head is approaching this run. He's got the wick dialed up. He wants to throw it around. He's really got the pace on at the moment. This boat throwing a lot of water up. And Glen Head said earlier in the day that sometimes they're getting a big spray across the bow of the boat, and that's causing a little bit of sight impairment, which is a little bit of a trouble. Oh, he was a little bit late, nearly hit Eltham Windows into that crosswash. Not the best lap that we've seen at Glen Head, but it's going to be quick. How quick is it? 35.824.
Unbelievable. And you can just see too by watching that run that he can go quicker.
Oh, if he smooths that out, he'll be down into the 34s.
Righto, here they go, ladies and gentlemen, down into the track with Peter Coe, Sharma Putarunui. Just getting themselves lined up now to warm this engine up. The 35 that's just been set has got to be in their sights. They were faster earlier on with a 35.326 than Glen Head with a 35.336. So this is KV, I think. I know you can't really hear me too much, but this is such a tight competition in all the divisions.
Yeah, it's quite amazing that at a new track like this, its first hit out, that we are seeing such tight racing and guys and girls really putting it on the line without a doubt. And look, that's what you expect to see in the top class of racing within the world. And wow, you know, what are we going to see once we get into the real business end? Okay, we're in the sudden death finals, but we've still got plenty of racing to go. There is no doubt about that. And Glen Head now back up on the trailer, but it is going to be Peter Coe and Sharma Putarunui. And looks as though we've got our fat controllers down there having a little bit of a talk on the radio. There's some pointing going on. There's some other pointing going on. They're pointing in the other direction. And just waiting for Peter Coe to be giving the okay to get off the trailer. We'll take a short break while we find out what's going on.
Alrighty, folks. We're about to get into it again. The NZ Trojan Total Oil Machine of Peter Coe. Here goes the 9-time New Zealand champion and 6-time world champion, Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing an absolute legend of the sport getting the job done now, and isn't he looking quick? He's got that boat sitting nicely in the water. He's rounding the Suzuki hairpin with not too many problems at all. And he's really, that boat is just sitting absolutely perfectly in the water, not hopping around too much at all. I think we could be in for a pretty solid time here. Let's see how Peter Cowie can go when he crosses the line in a time 35:071. He is flying, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Peter Cowie.
Wow.